Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Speaker Brains with the most unprofessional music critics on the internet, Travis, Zach, and Josh. What's up, everybody? We're back. I'm back with Nikki Virus talking about KMFDM, and it's been a couple years since we did part one, and we're finally back together again to do part two. So how are you doing, Nikki?
Hey Travis, how's it going?
Pretty cool.
I'm alright.
So right on. So we left off on Adios last time. So now we're going to talk about the Mdfmk album, because at this point KMFDM had officially broke up, and Sasha K and Tim Skold wanted to keep it going, so they just turned the name backwards and auditioned some singers. And I know that for years Sasha K had wanted a full-time female singer in the group, which they could never really get. It almost seemed like there was some different lady singing on every album up until this point. But this time he gets Lucia Cifarelli from the band Drill, and she has been with them ever since. Now, what do you think about Lucia as a permanent singer for KMFDM, as opposed to all of the other female singers who have been with the group?
Well, personally, I love Lucia Cifarelli as, part of KMFDM. I think she really fits in. Her vocals and her style and everything about her is just so unique that, she really stands out.
Yeah, she damn sure does stand out. And what I like is when she sings, if you're familiar with Lucia, like, you can tell it's her singing. She has a very distinct voice, and you're right. She definitely fits in with the group, and with early KMFDM, it was kind of like a revolving door of different members just showing up to participate on an album. And so every album was like real different, like different people. Like most of the time it was just Inesh and Sasha K that stuck around, but now there's no more Inesh, and from here on out it kind of stays very grounded. You wind up with more or less the same people on every album, which is almost a first for KMFDM.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely had a lot of female singers, throughout the years, like throughout the 80s and 90s. And they had some, some different female singers, throughout the 2000s and 2010s.
Yeah, hell yeah. With damn old Lucia being pretty much the main damn one. So what do you think about the Mdfmk album?
I think it really fits in, during the time period that it came out. It just sounds like something that would come out in that time period, in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think it sounds really cool. And it's, the first time that we're hearing Lucia with Sasha and Tim. And this is the first time, hearing her, um, sing. I just thought, wow, like, she really stands out. Like in the song Rabble Rouser.
Yeah.
I think Rabble Rouser is a really cool song. And Get Out of My Head, it sounds kind of like a pop song, but like not really.
Yeah, I love the damn melody on Get Out of My Head. That's one of my favorites on the album.
Yeah, it's a good one. And then I like, I believe it's called Control.
Yeah, Control is awesome.
Yeah, where she does, she screams in the song.
Yeah, and her screaming on there, I'm not gonna lie, it had been a while since I had listened to this album, and when I heard it today, I was like, damn, her screams are reminding me of Poppy's screams when she screams real hardcore on shit.
Definitely. Cause I know she did. I listened to her old band, Drill.
That album.
I know
is...
she did some screams, in
yeah.
that album too.
That Drill
Not
album.
the album, but definitely, does it every here and there.
Yeah, the Drill album is freaking awesome. Like out of her, I like her solo albums, but I like the Drill album better than both of her solo albums. I don't know. The Drill album. I'm a big fan of the '90s hard rock lady singer stuff like Veruca Salt and Hole and all of them, and Jack Off Jill and stuff. And Drill, I'm like, damn, why didn't Drill stick around for a little longer? But
yeah, I actually liked, maybe not her first album so much, but I definitely loved her new one that just came out.
Yeah, the new one had to grow on me a little bit. And hell, her first one did too.
Yeah, I love the new album. That's definitely something I want on vinyl.
Say what?
I definitely want the new one on vinyl.
Oh yeah, true that. True that. But shit, it was crazy is like I had no idea what Mdfmk was when it first came out. We have this local radio station where on Sunday nights at 1 o'clock they called it the Cutting Edge, and they would play heavier music, and I mean you'd get like Cradle of Filth, they'd play ICP, and they'd play KMFDM a lot. And I remember the lady was like, yeah, so it's Mdfmk now, they changed their name, and I was like, damn, why did they do that? But then next thing I know, they're back as KMFDM. Like the whole Mdfmk thing just barely lasted a year or two.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they had put out another album.
But what'd you just say?
I said I wish they would come out with another one, just one more.
Yeah, and he did say apparently that they had recorded enough stuff that would be considered Mdfmk Part 2, but Universal or somebody was sitting on it, and he said if worse comes to worse, he'll just buy the rights and release it himself.
Yeah, I mean, maybe maybe that's what they should do, because we're dying to hear another one already.
Yeah, hell yeah. But damn, so I guess you'll move on to Attack?
Yeah.
Alright, so now KMFDM is back together without Inesh, and it's pretty much the same lineup as Mdfmk. Lucia's still there, Sasha and Scold are still there, but now we have frequent KMFDM collaborator Raymond Watts joining, and some other people that I'm not too familiar with. But this almost feels more like, it feels, because like Mdfmk had some real experimental beats, and this kind of feels like a continuation of what they were doing on Mdfmk, where the beats on here are still pretty damn experimental and not real, definitely not really radio friendly on here.
Yeah, and it came out. I believe it came out right after 9/11 happened. So, and I also read that the album name, it was originally spelled ATTAQ,
Yeah.
not ATTAK, but they had to change it, because of 9/11. So.
Yeah, he said that with the band's history with the Columbine shootings, the original title would have been pretty fucking harsh.
Mhm.
But this album, like, to me, the first two tracks I like a lot: Attack Reload and Skirk. And Dirty. I like the whole album.
Yeah, I like the whole album too. I was listening to it this morning. It's been a while since I listened to Attack, and I kind of felt like I was listening to it for the first time again.
Yeah, because it's one that I definitely don't go back to all that often. But it was, funnily enough, it was the first album of theirs that I actually bought. Back when I started making money and was buying my own shit. But I really dig Risen. Risen to me is another one of those great KMFDM hype songs.
Oh yeah, Risen. That's a really good song.
Yeah, where all you do is, or is it Superhero? Which one is it? Is it the one? Which is the one? Damn it! They talk about ultra heavy beat. The same old fucking KMFDM hype song shit. KMFDM, we're coming to do this.
That's Risen.
Yeah, it is Risen. Yeah, so it's another one of those ultimate ass KMFDM hype songs.
Yeah.
Where all they need to do is like talk about how shitty they are or how cool they are, something they're gonna do. Maybe mention some album titles and song titles. But like every KMFDM album has one of those. The KMFDM hype song. And I think I might have said it on the last podcast, where I think More and Faster might be the first time you can consider one of their tracks to be that KMFDM hype track.
Yeah, I think he did.
But what are some of your favorite songs on Attack?
So hard to choose one. I do like Dirty. I like Sleep. I think Sleep is a pretty interesting closer to the album. What's another song? Superhero. Superhero is definitely a cool song. And what's another one? I can't think of the other song.
Yeah,
but I love the album.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Attack Reload is a really cool opener. I like how they started off with the intro to Back in the USSA, and then it just like abruptly changes to the song Attack.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorites?
Definitely Risen, Strum and Drag, Superhero, Dirty, Yo Ho Ho I like a lot.
Oh, Yo Ho Ho.
Yeah, because it's like just real slow and grimy. I don't know what it is about Raymond Watts' vocals on stuff. He's just got this cool, dirty sound to his voice.
Yeah. No, I think his vocals are a perfect fit for that song.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the, I believe, is this the last one with Tim Skold singing? Or is that World War III?
No, I think this is the last one.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like, he, out of everybody that's ever sang with KMFDM, he has been my least favorite. I don't know, I just don't think his voice fits well for the songs that he does, but I don't think it is as strong as Sasha K's or Lucia's or Raymond's, like, but you know it's Tim when he's singing, but to me, I always kind of feel like he's got some of the weaker songs, like, on the ones that he sings, they always kind of feel like they're weaker.
Okay, I see. Yeah, you can definitely tell when it's him singing because his voice sounds more kind of, what's the word?
He has more goth-style vocals to me.
Yeah. I think he sounds, I've heard him, sing with other bands, and those bands are more goth.
Yeah, like his vocals fit well in the Skold band that he does, and and to me, like his musical contributions to Marilyn Manson's Golden Age of Grotesque really breathed some new life into the Marilyn Manson stuff. And he kind of did that with KMFDM, breathed a little new life in there, but I don't know, his voice just doesn't fit all that well for me.
I liked his voice in Anarchy.
Yeah, Anarchy is like sometimes, like I like it a lot on Goddamn the Torpedoes on Mdfmk. Yeah. It's like sometimes it's like really good, and then sometimes I'm kind of like, that's Tim Skold.
Yeah, I also liked his vocals in Be Like Me.
Mm-hmm.
I think, there's some songs where it's like, okay, with him it works, and there's some songs it's just like, no, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's like really lacking chemistry,
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But, you have anything else to say about Attack?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so we're moving on to World War III or WW3, which to me is, I like this one a lot more than Attack. This one goes hardcore on the George W. Bush thing and the War on Terror, and weirdly enough, it's I don't know, because Ministry did this as well with their George Bush trilogy of albums, and I think it's this album that has a harmonica solo on one of the later tracks. And I'm like, damn, that harmonica, it sounds like whenever Ministry uses a harmonica on their shit.
Oh yeah, I think I know. I think I know what you're talking about. I kind of forgot about the harmonica solo until now. Forgot what the song was called.
But yeah, I can't remember which damn one it was either. Hell, it might have been Bullets, Bombs, and Bigotry.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was that one.
But this one is. I love the intro with the banjo, and then you get the gunshots, and then the badass heavy metal shit kicks in.
Yeah.
And World War III is an ultimate ass damn opener for a KMFDM album. And I forgot to talk about the artwork on Attack. Let me go to that again real quick, because the artwork on Mdfmk, the album cover is kind of lame on Mdfmk. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. But
yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to be either.
Yeah. But so Attack goes back to using Brute as the artist, and the album cover is cool as hell. You've got this dude with a big ass sledgehammer, and it looks like some soldiers. One's like scared, and the other one looks like he's standing his ground. It's just another cool ass Brute album cover. And this one, the album cover, it looks like a mother holding her baby with some crazy soldier in the background. And she's like crying. You don't know, is the baby dead? What the hell's going on here? But
Yeah.
all say what?
Brute always comes up with the most interesting and cool artwork covers for KMFDM.
Yeah.
So it's why I get excited for new KMFDM albums, because it's like, oh, I wonder how the artwork is going to look. What's the album going to call? What is the music going to sound like? Because it's like every KMFDM album has a different flavor.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a different flavor of the same shit, you know? It's like they're one of the bands that I let get away with giving me the same kind of album every 2 years or so, because it always kicks ass. And but yeah, you're right about Brute. Like, what I like about his album covers is there's always some sort of story going on in it, like, and nobody knows really what that story is. You can only sit there and watch. It's like a moment in a certain piece of time that you know, you don't know what happened before this. You don't know why she's holding this baby. You don't know why she's crying, but you see that there's a soldier there. You don't know if there's more soldiers around, you know. His artwork just always brings up some interesting questions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like the hell out of all of these songs. Blackball, From Here On Out, Jihad, Last Things, Pity for the Poise, Stars and Stripes, Moron, and then Intro is another badass KMFDM hype song. And it's one of my favorites in this era, just because it's like, you know, the whole introducing the band and just kind of talking shit about each other.
Yeah.
Like, that track is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. I think this album has a really strong opening song. And then it kind of closes off like, you know, like it was a live performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like at the end of a performance, you know, the band or the lead singer introduces, you know, everybody or whatever. And then they just take a bow and then they, you know, exit stage.
Yeah, you're right. Like, that is an interesting way to look at it. Cause damn too, and I like that played for laughs. It's very tongue-in-cheek. And I do like that it's called Intro because, you know, intro is normally the first track on an album, but they're calling it Intro because you're introducing the band, it's your intro to the band. And it kind of makes sense to do it too, because at this point, a lot of these people have been with the group for a while at this point in time. So if they were ever going to do it, they would definitely, now this album would have been the time to do it. But apparently, Cheryl Wilson, who sang on Extort on the song Power, is on here. Apparently.
Oh yeah, I think she's on Pity for the that song. I can never pronounce that word.
Poyas, maybe?
Yeah. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, I think she does make an appearance on that song.
Yeah, 6 and 10, so she's apparently on Revenge as well.
Oh.
And then who the hell is Mona Murr?
Oh, I know Mona Murr. Mona Murr does a lot of, not a lot, but she's done work with NH.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. So she's collaborated with NH and Slick Idiot. That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, she's a pretty badass singer.
Mona Murr. But yeah, damn it. Like, this is just another badass album that came out. When did this came out? In 2003? Man, this is a point. Damn, KMFDM, every year and a half to 2 years to 2.5 years, you can expect KMFDM to drop an album.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And yeah, I love this. Apparently, the News Times called the album a butt rock masterpiece.
What?
Yeah, and
that's interesting.
yeah, and I'm like, to me, I'm like, I get the term butt rock when it's placed on music that is normally called butt rock. But I'm like, there's no butt rock on here. Were you just being an asshole?
No, when I hear butt rock, I think of bands of like Motley Crue.
Yeah, I think of Creed or Nickelback or
stuff like that.
or Shinedown. You know, I'm not thinking of KMFDM.
No, definitely not.
So, I have nothing else to say about World War III. What about you?
I just want to say really quick that Last Things is probably like my favorite song off that album.
The what?
The song Last Things.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite Lucia songs off that album.
Yeah.
It's it sounds kind of personal to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to share.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess we are moving to Ho Ruk. And so, World War III, I forgot to mention that was the last one to feature Raymond Watts for a long time. And so, Ho Ruk, out of the three that we're talking about, that we've just talked about, this one is my favorite. I love the shit out of Ho Ruk. the more industrial vibe, the more electronic vibe. To me, they really mix it together well. The songs are real catchy. The songs are just a whole lot of damn fun, man. The Steve White, Andy Selway, all these people kick ass on this album. Even the remix album to this, Ruckzuck, is really good. But speaking of the butt rock claim on the last one, Sasha K said that for this album they can all agree on, and I'm not saying we disagree on other things, but everybody was pointing out that it should be really different. There are terms floating around such as more noisy, more dancey, more electronic, and less butt rock. And I'm like, damn, so what the hell, I guess he was joking about the whole fact that that one guy said that it was a butt rock masterpiece. I'm like, I still don't damn hearing it. But it's definitely more dancey. It's definitely a little more, I wouldn't say noisy, but there's cool noises in it.
Yeah.
Lots of cool sounds in the beats, and it's a real beaty ass album.
Yeah, there's a little bit of, rock music in there too, but not too much.
Yeah, the rock music is in there. To me, is really well balanced. They kind of tone it down a little bit and favor the beats a little more. But man, Ready to Blow is one of my damn favorites. Real Thing, Every Day's a Good Day to Die, Professional Killer, Free Your Hate. This whole album is just badass to me. It's one of those industrial masterpieces.
Mm-hmm. New American Century is like, it kind of sounds like something you'd probably hear on World War III, but I don't know. Maybe they kind of left it out for a reason.
Yeah, like it's got a World War III vibe to it, definitely.
Yeah.
And apparently this album was going to be called Fubar, keeping with their 5-letter word album title thing, but for some reason he changed it to Horuck, which in German means heave ho. And this is the
interesting choice.
Yeah, and this is the first time they've deviated from the 5-letter word thing since Don't Blow Your Top. So when did this come out? 2005. So almost almost 20 years? So about 17 years?
Yeah, I think something like that.
And so from here on out, they kind of go back and forth with the 5-letter. One album might have the 5 letters, another album might not.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, all right, I like Many 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 on here, the French song. But to me, I am a bigger fan of the one on the Ruckzuck remix album that goes for the swing style.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a cool version of that song.
Yeah, hell yeah. Which I'm like, damn, I like the swing version better. It just, for some reason, it fits so much better to me.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean...
And then this album cover is another cool-ass Brute cover. I like how the blood drips down onto the album title. But it's like, what's going on here? So it looks like this lady just stabbed maybe a lawyer or something. It looks like he's laying on the steps of a courthouse. and you've got other people in suits trying to stop the violence, and she's standing there with a bloody knife, and he's laying there on the steps holding his wound. And so it's like, what's going on here? Is this, is it a lawyer, or is he maybe, let's say, she was on an opposing side on whatever trial this was, and maybe he got off and she stabs him. Who the fuck knows?
Kind of looks like, I don't know, if you look pretty closely, it kind of looks like the girl from the Drug Against War album cover.
Damn, does it really?
A little bit, but not too much.
Let me look at that real quick, because I'm kind of seeing it.
So I know Brutus, used that character in a couple KMFDM album covers.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah, where she's holding the gun out of the car door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does look similar. But that also brings to mind the lady on the cover for Money.
Oh yeah, that's right. I always thought that on that album cover it was either Brute or Sasha and Mona Murr. That's all you see when I see that album cover. I see either Brute or Sasha is the man with the drugs, and the woman is Mona Murr.
True. It's funny, I've never thought about looking at the characters on the album covers as any member of the band.
Yeah. I usually don't, but I don't know, for some reason, I kind of did with that one.
But yeah, I love the more beady nature of this album, and it's one that I still go back to pretty heavily when I go back, especially like out of the newer KMFDM albums of the past 20 years.
Yeah, I find myself coming back to Hal Rook a lot. To like when I'm going for a drive or I'm just doing something, I always find myself putting on Hal Rook.
Yeah, Hal Rook is a badass drive album. Like, if you're fucking driving somewhere, I don't know, that shit just works on the road.
Yeah, for real. I really like the song Real Thing. I think Real Thing is a really good song by Lucia.
Yeah, say what?
I think the song Real Thing is a pretty good song, done by Lucia. Mm-hmm. So I know she gets a song on every KMFDM album.
Yeah,
she's got to at least have a song where it's just her, but I just really like the song.
Yeah, and it's always funny because her song is always kind of more chiller than the rest of the album. It's always a little slower, a little more mid-tempo. But damn, what else is on here? Well, hell, I love on Ready to Blow, I love Lucia's whole finger on the trigger, I'm a bullet in a gun or some shit.
Yeah, that's a badass song.
Yeah, and I like the Middle Eastern sort of flair on the music of it with the it just kind of has this Egyptian-y kind of feel to it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. And Alvida Singh has a pretty cool, you know, track to kind of end the album with.
Yeah.
And then like towards the end, you hear you hear like these weird noises. I don't know if it's something that the members just did, or if that was planned, or.
Yeah, is that the one where you get like 2 minutes of just this noise?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what that was when I first heard it, and I just thought, like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can turn the album off at that point, but screw it, there's 2 minutes.
Yeah, but I listened to it anyway, so.
Yeah. But I remember when this came out, this was back when this was back when the Hot Topic in our mall had every one of the KMFDM remasters and albums that came out at this point, and they were all like $10. And before that, I was buying all the albums on their website for $20 because it was a T-shirt and CD bundle, and so I would get the T-shirt and the CD. But then I was like, screw that, man. I just want the album. And so I started buying them all at the Hot Topic.
I didn't know Hot Topic sold KMFDM stuff.
Yeah. The one over here was hardcore about it because the FYE, they would sell KMFDM albums, but they would be like $17. And I'm like, hey, damn, Hot Topic's got the same damn album for $10.
Huh. Is it like CD or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
So, do you got anything else to say about Horuk?
I think Haruk's a really cool album, just to throw on, every once in a while, whether you're going for a drive or going for a walk, And I think their remix album for Haruk is really cool too. Like they got some really cool other versions of remixes done for Haruk.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something I recommend for new KMFDM listeners.
Yeah, like it's definitely a good one to start off with.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people I know, they start off with Nile, but
yeah, Nile is a heavy starter album, which I could definitely see why.
Yeah. That's all.
Sweet. So now we're moving on to Tohu Vabohu. I remember when this album came out, I had no idea how to pronounce this until I heard it in the song. I was like, say what?
Yeah, I was a little confused with how to pronounce it too.
Yeah, I was like, what a odd album title I was like, I don't get it. But he says that it is Hebrew for chaos and utter confusion, or it means without form and void, and it basically was used to describe the earth before creation, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. But the album cover is probably the lamest Brute cover for me. And apparently Brute was unhappy with it too. He says the original drawing had a red color palette and there were several stylized buildings and cranes in the background that were replaced with a starburst pattern, which I think if it was left to the original drawing, I think it'd be a lot better. This just kind of, the starburst thing in the background, I mean, it's cool. You got this lady with a damn katana and this soldier with a katana, and she's just going for a jump slash at him, but with the starburst pattern, it gives it a very anime feel to it, and which is something that, you know, I don't get anime vibes from Brute's artwork. But this definitely, just because of that pattern in the background, it makes it feel like Toonami on a Saturday night on Cartoon Network.
Hell yeah.
But
I'm actually wearing a Tohu Fabohu shirt, but it has the red, or at least I think it's red. It has like the red starburst.
rad.
But then, like, on the back it says all things will pass.
Sweet. But yeah, it's one that is one of the few where I can't really think of anything to say about it. Like, I'm like, yeah, she's just jumping at him and about to cut him, and he's just kind of about to try and block it, I guess, or do a side swipe. There's no kind of story to it. I don't feel.
Yeah.
But this album kicks a whole lot of ass, and the opening track, Superpower, with all of the fans calling in and talking about how much they like KMFDM. This is another badass KMFDM hype track, and I don't know, just I like the fans coming in being like, you know, what can KMFDM do for you? I don't know, it just feels like, yeah, it's a celebration to KMFDM, really.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while since I actually listened to this album.
Yeah, I was listening to this one earlier today, and this is a point, like, after Ho Ruk, like, he kind of started singing in different languages a lot, because he sings in Spanish on Los Niños del something, Parque?
Los Niños del Parque.
There you go. And apparently that is a cover song of Liaisons Dangerosos. I cannot pronounce that either.
Dangerosos.
There you go.
Yeah. I heard the original. Well, I listened to the original after I heard this one, and I thought, well, I like both.
Cool, because I've never heard the original.
The original sounds pretty. It sounds like the cover song, but it also sounds pretty 80s too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because, I mean, well, it came out in the 80s, so.
But yeah, apparently Many 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 is a cover song as well from the last album from a Jacques
Yeah,
Dutronic.
yeah, some French singer.
But I think he sings in Hebrew on one of these tracks too, doesn't he?
On this one,
Or is that later? Or does he even do that? I actually can't think. But yeah, he sings in different languages a lot more, and I think you get a little more of it on the next album. But Headcase, Soft Owned Croft, I like. I Am What I Am, Tohu Vabohu, Superpower, man, Looking for Strange, Spit or Swallow. This album, it's just badass. Like it was just banger after banger after banger. KMFDM have figured out that formula of what us as fans like, and they keep it in there, and they just know how much to tweak to keep us from getting bored.
yeah, for sure. I like the remix album too. I always listen to both the album and the remix.
Bremborium, which still got to get a copy of that.
Yeah, Bremborium.
Because I'm looking at
title.
Yeah, because I'm looking at that. Comey Christ is on there. Fucking their Angel Spit. Zombie Girl does a remix. Come the hell on.
Yeah, a lot of cool artists. Let's see.
But yeah, I gotta get the remix to this, and I gotta get the remix to Blitz, and I gotta get the In-Dub remix album.
Oh yeah, In-Dub is really good.
But I also don't have their live albums. I don't really mess with live albums too much until it's like I'm just cleaning up a discography. I normally work on EPs and studio albums before I start messing with live albums and stuff. But
yeah, I don't mess with live albums either. But unless it's KMFDM, then I get it.
Yeah, true that. Because right now I'm at the point where I got all their studio albums and all that shit, so I need to go ahead and just pick these up.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite song of this album?
Off of this one, probably, I don't know, I can never pick a favorite song, because I like them all. To me, they all roll where they need to roll, and they each accompany each other really well. But the ones that that stand out for me are always Superpower, Tohu Vabohu, Soft on Croft, and Headcase, Spit or Swallow, Fate Accomply. But yeah, to me it's just another badass KMFDM album, man. It's another one that is it's very beaty, kind of continuing the whole ruck sound, but also getting a little heavier on the metal side too.
Yeah. Kumaye is also a really cool. It's a really cool closer to the album too. It's the first time that we hear Lucia speaking German.
Oh yeah.
But now, when she sings that song, her German has improved a lot.
Yeah. Cause she's from damn New York, ain't she?
Yeah, she's from New York, but now she lives in Germany with Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha and their kid, or
Yeah.
but yeah. What about you? What are your favorite songs on Tohu Bohu?
I like Los Niños al Parque. Uh, Southern Craft. I like that one too. Bumaye. I think those are some of my favorites. Looking for Strange is cool too, but I like the remix version more.
Yeah, hell yeah. I gotta check out that damn remix album.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So now I guess we move on to Blitz. And the album cover is greatly improved over the last one. I love the colors on this one, the black and purple and yellow. Because a lot of them have gone for a red, white, and black kind of vibe.
Hmm.
So seeing these colors, it kind of reminds me of the colors for Extort, which uses yellow, white, blue, and black.
Yeah.
And because I mean, like after that, a lot of them use the red and black, or yeah, pretty much red and black for most of them, until you get to World War III, which is like real Attack and World War III, which uses real muted colors, more grays and sort of just not very bright and like eye poking. But this one, man, the colors are so good on it, man. And I like it's not really got a story to it, but it's interesting to look at because it's just. I mean, I guess, like I said, I never looked at the characters as members of the band, but I guess this one you kind of can, because it's a band on stage and the singer's jumping up with the microphone, and you got a shitload of fans out in the crowd, and this burst of light coming in the back behind them. It's just really cool looking.
Yeah.
And this one, so let me see. Yeah, this one he sings Divai in Russian. Potts Blitz is German.
Hmm.
And
Then we got a Human League cover song.
yeah, that's weird. Like, they've never really done covers all that much, but here the last 3 albums have all had at least one cover song.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, I don't know what the original sounds like on that one either.
I think I heard it once, but that was a long time ago. I'll probably recognize it if I heard the lyrics.
But Blitz is cool as hell, though. It is to me, it's more the rock stuff is a little more subdued, and it goes for more beaty stuff. But it's cool. It's cool seeing him sing in other languages like Russian and stuff. But I really dig. Up Your Anus is hilarious to me. But crazy, Tim Skold is on this album playing bass, and cymbals and hi-hats and does a lot of drum stuff and synth stuff on this album. But he does not sing. Which kind of makes sense, I guess, because they were hanging out a lot at this point in time because they had just released Scold versus KMFDM a month before this, which I meant to talk about that before Blitz.
Oh,
But
that's okay.
But yeah, we can talk about that one after Blitz. Fuck, man. I remember when I went and bought this one the day it came out. God, that was a long ass time ago.
Yeah, 2009.
God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was like 13 years ago. But yeah, I like Strut and Bitches, Me and My Gun. Apparently Me and My Gun is a song loosely about the Columbine shooters. Because old Eric and Dylan were KMFDM fans, and there's 420, the day of the shootings, was the day Adios was being released, as well as Hitler's birthday and all this other shit that everyone just connected to them. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on Blitz?
I feel like the only songs that stick with me are People of the Lie. And then once in a while I'll come across the song Bitches. Bait and Switch. And Divide. I feel like those are the songs that really stick with me.
Yeah.
Strut's a good song too. I mean, I think you get what's her name? Cheryl Wilson in that album.
Yeah, she is on Strut.
Yeah, and then Take 'Em Out. Take 'Em Out. It kind of just sounds like they just put that song, just kind of like fill the void, I guess.
Yeah. Like it's
but,
not.
I mean, I like Take 'Em Out because it sounds like the music they did for the Spider-Man 2 video game.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did the music on that game.
Yeah, I remember I was listening to some of the tracks that they did for that game, and I was just like, this sounds like Take 'Em Out. And I hear another song, and I'm like, this sounds like this other song. But overall, I still think it's pretty cool. And I think it's really cool that they actually got to do music for a video game.
Yeah. So are you done with Blitz?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to move on to Scold versus KMFDM. And man, if you were lucky enough to get a copy of this back when it came out, because nowadays you're going to spend a good little bit of money if you want the CD for this motherfucker. And I, luckily enough, about 3 or 4 years ago, won an eBay auction for about $25 on a German copy, and fucking, so it was like 28 altogether, which is better than spending 70 to 100 that I've seen it go for before. I guess the album just went out of print really quick, and I remember seeing it at the Hot Topic all the time, and for some reason just not grabbing it. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to get a copy a lot cheaper, more expensive than it was when it came out, but a lot cheaper than what other people paid for.
Yeah.
But this
I think I might have seen that at Amoeba Music in San Francisco.
Oh yeah?
But I just don't grab it for some reason.
But it's damn good.
Yeah, it is good. It's not terrible, but I don't know, for some reason I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't buy it when I get the chance.
Yeah, it's not one that I go back to a whole lot. In fact, I like the Pig versus KMFDM a little better.
Oh yeah, I did buy that one.
But it is kind of cool. Like, I was complaining about Tim Scold's vocals on KMFDM, but hearing them together on this one after so many years without them, it was kind of refreshing again. And I was like, all right, you know, and I don't know, to me it fits. It's like K gets a song, Scold gets a song, K gets a song, Scold gets a song. And every track has a track with the same title, but it's a more instrumental interlude. It's a real interesting album.
I think I've heard the interludes on YouTube somewhere, but I like to hear the whole album all together, like with the interludes, not separately.
Yeah.
Because I got the download or the MP3 version, but it doesn't have the interludes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird, because the interludes don't sound anything like the actual song that they're named after either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different vibe.
Mm.
But, like I said, it's not one that I go to a whole lot. And I was listening to it today, and I was like, yeah, you know what, this shit is pretty damn good. I hate that it just went out of print so quick. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. A song that pops up every time I have KMFDM on shuffle is Error 404.
Yeah.
A song always seems to come out, either that or maybe once in a while, Why Me?
Yeah.
But it's the only two songs. I like the other songs on that album, like Alcohol or Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Those are good songs. And I know Love Is Life was in a TV show.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Damn, I swear though there's one where Scold, I swear it sounds like he's using auto-tune.
In this album?
I don't know, I can't remember which song it is, but I swear it's got this auto-tune-y kind of shakiness to it.
Huh.
I might be totally wrong.
To it again.
I might be totally wrong. It might just be a vocal effect he's using, but it reminds me so much of the pop star auto-tune.
Let's see. I think the song is Gronky.
Gronky?
I think it's that. Some of the titles for these songs are interesting too.
Yeah. Because they're not like what I would expect
Yeah.
as KMFDM song titles.
Yeah, definitely not. Maybe more like Scold.
Yeah. And then I do like the fact that this is actually a full album, whereas the Pig versus KMFDM is just a really short little 5-track EP.
Yeah. That's another project I wish they would do another album.
Yeah.
Because I feel like KMFDM and Raymond Watts, they have really good, they release really good music together. They have good chemistry.
Yeah, and they've been doing it together for so many years. They've been collaborating on each other's stuff for ages. For some reason, they just work so well together. And then hell, when Raymond Watts and Pig started using horns in their music, that's what inspired Sasha K to finally go and start putting horns in KMFDM.
Huh.
But the album cover is not done by Brute for this. This is somebody I believe that was in the band Scold, but it does have a Brute vibe to it. There's this it's this lady with a cigarette and a blindfold, and she's standing in front of a firing squad. But yeah, it's got massive Brute vibes to it.
It does. You would think this was done by Brute.
Yeah, easily. Except for the character is not like, there's something very squarish to the characters that Brute draws. Like, they've got real square kind of features. And the character on this album has more realistic features. But there are Brute vibes all over it. Which is another reason, like, when I see the Nile album cover, it looks so out of place, but so in place as well, because it has the Brute vibe because of the way it's placed on the album cover. But at the same time, you're like, this is definitely not Brute.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That woman looks too real for it to be a damn Brute drawing.
Uh-huh. Because Brute's art is more like pop art.
Yeah.
More, like comic book.
Yeah.
Or should I say like 90s comic book?
Yeah, like they all look like a panel from a bit larger comic book.
Yeah. But Naya looks more like it was done by like a professional painter.
Yeah, it looks like something you would see in a museum.
Yeah. I think Brute has even gotten requests to do his version for Nile, like his artwork for Nile. Like, what would he have come up with?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. I'd like to see that.
So do you have anything else to say on Scold versus KMFDM?
No, that's all.
Yeah, so next we move on to WTF, and we're going back to Blitz went back to the 5-letter word, and this one going back to the 5-letter, but you got a question mark and an exclamation point and an abbreviation for what the fuck. But it works. It's such a KMFDM title. I'm surprised they waited this long to use it.
By this time, I'd had just gotten into KMFDM.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So how was...
Crank is the badass opener.
Yeah, Crank is the shit.
Crank's got that, like, military kind of thing going on. And it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a Avengers Assemble kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
But that's for sure a cool opener. And then it, like, follows up to Come On, Go Off. And it's kind of more like, what's that style? kind of like hard style music. Not really.
Say what?
The song "Come Off," "Come On, Go Off." It's kind of got like kind of a hard style kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
It might be just because of the kicks.
Yeah, this album, I wasn't in love with this album when it first came out. I liked it, but I wound up liking it more as I listened to it more, because I was starting to feel like, all right, you know, you're changing the formula just slightly, and I get it, but you know, I'm wanting something a little different. But that was also when I started to accept the fact that KMFDM is just that kind of band that is gonna give us, I don't want to say the same old shit negatively, but it's the same old shit where it's like with Dropkick Murphys or Cradle of Filth, where you know what to expect with a few surprises here and there. But it's a damn good album, and I hate to say it, it's one that to this day I still don't go back to all that much.
Okay. Well, I think it's been a while since I've come back to this album. I do listen to Crank, you know, every once in a while. Rebels in Control is a really cool song. It has like kind of like a revolution kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Take It Like a Man. It's like a Lucia dance song, and they also have Free Dominguez from Kidney Thieves make an appearance.
Yeah, Kidney Thieves. I missed that band.
Yeah, Free Dominguez got a solo. She does solo work now, but I think her solo stuff too. It's not really like industrial like Kidney Thieves, but it's still pretty good.
Awesome. But what I like about this album is it goes heavy on the political vibe and the sort of cyberpunk aspect and the underground resistance fighting the mainstream. And really crazy, weirdly enough, like all their albums have that vibe, but it seems like every album from this point on really go hardcore for the underground resistance theme. Like this one, you've got a song, Rebels in Control is about WikiLeaks guy Julian Assange and all that stuff. It just feels like some Johnny Mnemonic kind of shit.
And then we get Sasha singing in what is it, Italian?
Yeah.
But it's actually a hole in the wall.
Who's that? Viva la Morte?
Panzerfaust.
Oh, Panzerfaust, yeah.
Yeah, that one it's pretty much a hole in the wall, but in Italian.
Because I've always looked at Panzerfaust as Tank Fist.
Yeah.
I always think of German when I see that word.
It kind of threw me off when I heard it. It wasn't in German; it was in Italian instead.
But he says that this album took the longest to record. That it took 14 months to complete, which is about as twice as long as usual. And I'm like, damn. So 14 months is long for y'all. Like 14 months is fairly average for other bands.
Yeah. Yeah, then we get some like different musicians on this band, on this album too, like William Wilson.
Yeah, who is that guy?
I think he was a singer for a band at the time called Legion Within.
Yeah.
I know they toured with KMFDM too when this album came out.
Well, they have a few albums, and one of them was released on KMFDM Records.
Mm-hmm. I only listened to like 2 of their songs. Pretty cool stuff.
But yeah, there's a lot of people, I don't know who they are. Okay, guy from Static X is on here. Koichi Fukuda.
Oh yeah, he plays guitar in this.
On Come On Get Off, or Come On Go Off. And then, who is Sebastian Comore? Oh shit, what? Yeah, damn, okay, I know this guy too. Sebastian from Icon of Coil and Zombie Girl. He's the main guy from Icon of Coil, and he did all the beats and production on the early Zombie Girl stuff. But she dumped him because she was saying he was abusive. And her second album, Killer Queen, I believe she did all the beats.
It's interesting stuff. I don't think I've ever heard anything by Zombie Girl before, but I've heard of Icon of Coil.
Oh man, I highly recommend Zombie Girl. It is badass rave industrial beats with sort of B-rated horror movie vibes, and all the lyrics are just kind of zombie stuff like remove the head, destroy the brain. Do, 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 do. Shit's badass.
That sounds pretty badass.
Yeah, the fucking Zombie Girl is awesome. Highly recommend checking her out. I found her on MySpace back in 2007. And she had an EP that the Back from the Dead EP had a couple songs, and then a handful of remixes, and KMFDM did a remix of one of the songs, and oh shit, it's starting to rain. Then she did her first album, Blood, Brains, and Rock and Roll. That whole album kicked ass. But then she didn't release another album for like 10 years. And Killer Queen finally came out, and it kicked ass too.
Is Zombie Girl still going?
Apparently so.
Oh.
But
I'll have to check them out. They sound pretty cool.
But yeah, I don't know how. I don't know how often she, because okay, so her last album was in 2015, and so really about 8 years after the first album.
Okay.
So it's been 7 damn albums since that, or 7 years since that album dropped. But it's like, hurry up, make something new.
Yeah, I know how that can be.
But this Brute album cover features this lady with dynamite in between her boobs that she has just lit, and she's got. My question is like, what are you doing? Who is this for?
This is probably my favorite KMFDM cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Because it's up there with one of my favorites. Just because it's got attitude to it. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's like a Looney Tunes vibe to it. But damn, Kidney Thieves? Man, I haven't thought about Kidney Thieves in ages.
Yeah, they don't release music anymore, do they?
Damn, so apparently they released one in 2016, and that's been it since then. So apparently they've only got 4 albums.
Well, apparently they're still, still present.
Yeah, apparently Free is still in there. So yeah, I'm gonna need to find some of that shit. Cause I remember I first heard them on the, I believe it was the Queen of the Damn soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Before I'm Dead on the Queen of the Damn soundtrack.
There's a lot of good music on that soundtrack.
Yeah, that album is freaking awesome.
Yeah, you got, what is it, Deftones, I believe?
Yeah, Deftones. My favorite songs are the ones that are supposed to be the Lestat band. Let me see. Yeah, the first couple tracks, the one that Wayne Static sings, and then David from Disturbed sings, and Chester sings from Linkin Park, the one that Marilyn Manson sings, and Slept So Long that Jay Gordon from Orgy sings, I like a lot, because like, I don't know, those to me, because the other songs are songs that are floating around on the artist's albums. Like Excess is on that Tricky album. Friggin' Cold is on the second Static X album. Down with Sickness is on that first Disturb album. So I like that. I like all, and hell, Change in the House of Flies from Deftones is on their album. But I like the ones that were made specifically for the movie.
Yeah, I like those songs too.
But I got nothing else to say on WTF.
I don't think I have anything else to say either. I mean, maybe, once in a while I come back to it. I mean, maybe when I have my Spotify on shuffle, there's a song or two that comes up, and, I'll just kind of sit through it and listen. But but that's about it.
Yeah. So now we're moving on to, do you pronounce this Kunst or Kunst?
I think Kunst.
Yeah, it says it's German for art. And this one, you've got, I like how Brute describes it. It's a chainsaw wielding Amazon, which Facebook removed from their page, and it was created. It was created in support of the Pussy Riot, Ukrainian punk band, which that was big stuff going on around this time with Pussy Riot and Russia and all that shit.
Yeah, I remember when that shit was going down.
And this one probably has my favorite KMFDM hype track of all time with Kunst, because it is just a killer ass throwback to everything KMFDM. There's so much KMFDM history in the lyrics and throwbacks to other songs and album titles, and even the whole joke of their name is the initials for Kill Motherfucking Depeche Mode, and just so much KMFDM shit thrown at you in 5 minutes. But the Brute art on here is pretty cool. You've got this Amazon lady with her boobs hanging out. I guess she is chopping down a cross with a chainsaw, and then there's some people in the background sort of cheering her on.
I had this as my Facebook cover when this album came out. I think Facebook also removed it. God. And then I remember when they had the, what was it, like the, it was like a bundle or something. KMFDM released a bundle. It was like signed vinyl, like a bandana, and like a t-shirt, and then some stickers or something else. It was probably the first bundle I ever bought from them, and the vinyl was signed by Sasha.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I had to buy a frame for that, but so it's still hanging in my room.
Hell yeah, that's cool as hell. That's funny because the copy of the Land of Volcanoes from Lucia that I have is a signed copy, because back in the day, if you bought it from their website, she would sign it, and so that was cool.
Yeah, I like when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, more artists are doing that now than ever before, where it's like, yeah, we'll sign it if you just give us some extra money for the signed version of the CD. And I think that's cool as shit. Damn, it's raining hard.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But this one, alright, I like all the songs on here. Pussy Riot I love Kunst, Ave Maria, Quake, Next Big Thing. The whole album is awesome.
It's honestly been a while since I've listened to this album. Yeah, but I listened to it a lot when it came out. Animal Out's a pretty cool song.
Yeah.
Quake. I liked Quake.
And I Heart Not.
Yeah, I Heart Not. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it kind of sounds like a breakup song.
Yeah. The Mess You Made. But this one again, we get William Wilson again. It just says vocals on track 5. And who is Johann Strauss?
Johann Strauss. Oh.
From
Apparently
the
he's,
Morlocks.
yeah, a singer from Morlocks.
Okay, I've never heard Morlocks.
I never heard of them either. Not until this KMFDM album came out, but before that, no.
I need to check them out. They look kind of cool. And then Enoch. What is this name? Oh, I guess that's another guy from Morlocks. And then what is this? Annabella Konietzko? Is that related to Sasha?
Yeah, that's Sasha's daughter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Damn, I had no idea. Now is that like a daughter from before him and Lucia, or is that him and Lucia's daughter?
That's him and Lucia's kid.
Damn, how old is she then?
I don't know. I think she's like a teenager now.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah. She's participated, in some KMFDM stuff I've seen before.
Man, that's the first time I've seen her name on the credits of a KMFDM album.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen it too. And I thought, I was like, who's this? I thought maybe it was like a sister or a niece or something. I don't know.
But back to the Brute art, I meant to mention the colors of the last one. What the fuck with the green and the black? Green and black is my favorite, like double color. So that's definitely a win there. And I'm slightly annoyed that he's gone back. Ooh, what the fuck was that?
Your cat's knocking shit over?
Somebody knocked something over, but what the hell, big ass foos in here. What the fuck? But yeah, I'm slightly annoyed that he's went back to the more washed out color scheme. Like none of the colors really pop. They're very fleshy colors, which I get it. But nothing pops out color wise for me.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, just the artwork doesn't really kind of sit with me.
Yeah, it's definitely not a favorite Brute cover.
Yeah. I mean, I have nothing against, what is being presented, like the woman cutting down a crucifix. Like,
Yeah.
no, I know it's art. It's like freedom of speech. But
Yeah, like I think for me it's the colors.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean,
I get what you mean.
like it looks cool. I mean, lady with a chainsaw chopping down a cross. But fucking, I'm like, I think really it's just there to show off the boobs. Like, yeah, we're gonna throw some big old boobs on there. That's the only thing that pops out of this whole picture is the big boobs. Like the colors don't pop. The background is another sort of sunburst. But it's a cool album cover, but definitely not one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think it's the things that pop out for me are the chainsaw and also the big boobs.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. But God, man, I can't think of much else to say about this album either.
Yeah.
So do you want to move on?
Yeah, I got no other comments.
So next we're talking about Our Time Will Come. which Brute album cover this time is really cool, but it's going back to the red, black, and white color scheme, which is fine. I mean, a ton of KMFDM Brute album covers go for this color, but I'm like, after seeing different colors here and there, I'm kind of like, damn, throw me something I haven't seen before. But I mean, this one, anytime they use the red, black, and white, it brings me back to what would you do? What do you know, Deutschland? And I have noticed that a lot of the red, black, and white covers, there's normally some sort of militaristic violence kind of shit going on. Like this guy's got a Molotov cocktail, and it looks like there's a tank in the background, and there's shit's on fire. I mean, it's a cool looking cover, but color wise, I'm like, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
But Our Time Will Come is badass. I mean, there's no complaints that I have. I really like Salvation and Brainwashed and Blood versus Money.
I think I think the album covers, it's pretty badass. I like that in Salvation they brought back like kind of old school KMFDM lyrics.
Yeah.
Like they used lyrics from Naive.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of like just threw it in there, and for some reason it works.
Yeah, Salvation to me is another one of those badass KMFDM hype songs. Come on, dude. Because I don't know what it is, but whenever I always think of "Help Us, Save Us, Take Us Away," shit like that. I don't know why I be thinking of the Money era when I be hearing Salvation, but yeah, it's the shit from Naive. And Respect is cool.
Oh yeah, Get the Tongue Wet. That's a pretty cool song too.
Yeah.
I think they were using. It was like the only reason that I got this particular little mini synth, because they were using it in this album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mhm. I mean, it has some cool sounds, and hearing it, throughout the album is, pretty awesome too.
Yeah, I'd really like to know what kind of gear KMFDM use on most of their shit.
Yeah, I think during this time they were also auctioning off some of their old gear. So I remember I saw they were auctioning off a Moog Minotaur.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. That's like the only thing I remember, because I remember asking I think Sasha what it does. It's pretty much like for bass lines and stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, what I'd like to know is because like KMFDM have such a distinct ass sound to their electronics that I haven't really heard many others been able to replicate.
Yeah, and their single Salvation, they have some couple of remixes.
Yeah, are those any good? I haven't picked that up either.
Yeah, I bought that, you know, like when it came out. I think my favorite one is Brainwashed.
Yeah.
Brainwashed is my favorite, and then I think there's also Salvation, the Dubstars Inc. Dubstars remix.
Yeah.
I think those are like my two favorites.
So I think there's like some odds and ends in the KMFDM catalog I still got to pick up. Like I still got to get the extra albums.
Oh yeah, I've heard those before. There's some stuff on there that you haven't. I don't know. Well, maybe if you haven't heard before. And then they also have what was it? Their greatest. I think it's greatest shit or it's worse. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like edits of their popular KMFDM songs. They just have different introductions or different endings, or it's just shorter.
Okay, because I don't normally fuck with greatest hit albums at all unless there's like a new track. But if they are different edits, I'll probably fuck with that.
Yeah, I think that's like the only reason why I listened to it, because it was like, well, I like to hear, you know, a different edit of the song, you know, like without the long ass introduction or without the loudest, you know, without every part, you know.
Damn, So do you have anything else? Oh, we're talking about Our Time Will Come. For some reason, I thought we were still damn talking about Kunst.
No, I think we stopped talking about Kunst. Yeah, our time will come. You know, it's probably not an album I go back to.
You know, I thought I had heard some. Now, I haven't heard this one in a while either, but I swear, if memory serves me right, that I heard some dubsteppy influences on a track or two.
On this album, I don't think so.
But I might be totally wrong.
Yeah, I don't remember any like dubstep inspired sounds in this song.
But yeah, for some reason I keep thinking there's like a dubsteppy moment on a song on here, but yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I need to turn it back on. But anything else on Our Time Will Come?
No, that's all.
So now we're talking about Hell Yeah, which man, this, talk about the Brute album cover. I absolutely love this one.
Oh, I love this one too.
Because this is a guy jumping off, it looks like the Eiffel Tower, jumping off the Eiffel Tower, and I'm guessing he blew it up, but he's jumping off and he is filming himself as he's falling face first. And I don't know, it's just cool as hell. It just screams hell yeah. But man, when this album dropped, I fucking loved it. Every damn minute of this album. It goes back to the You get the dubby reggae kind of stuff back in here, which used to be all over KMFDM back in the day and kind of just went away for a long time. So it was really cool hearing that. And I really like how you have Oppression 1/2 and then Total State Machine and then Oppression 2/2 or 2 of 2. How it kind of bookends that track. And then the remake of Rip the System is really good because that, to me, that's another classic KMFDM song that's had many different versions, or they've used these lyrics in other songs before, but in 2017 that song speaks volumes.
Yeah, I think I'm actually glad that they brought that song back and it just took it and made it sound modern.
Yeah.
And I think it was, perfect timing too.
Yeah, because you get this one. It starts, it's going hardcore on the underground resistance vibes with fake news and I really like the song Freak Flag. Let your freak flag fly, that kind of shit. Prescription for the Damned, Burning Brain, Glam, Glitz, Guts, and Gore. This album kicked a whole lot of ass when it damn came out.
Yeah, I definitely find myself coming back to this album a lot. I think the song that I've been listening to a lot is Burning Brain.
Yeah.
That's a cool song. Then when it first came out, I was like constantly listening to the song Fake News. It was Fake News and Freak Flag and Shock. Those are probably some of my favorites off that album.
And damn, this album has fucking Doug Wimbish on here. Fucking dude that played he's in Living Color.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's really cool that they got him on the album.
Yeah. Fucking A.
That's... Wow. It must have been super hard to get him on board.
I know. But let me see. He joined Living Color in '92 and recorded their album Stain. That's rad. And a frequent guy from Ministries on here. Sin Quirin, however you want to pronounce that. And then they have Abby Martin credited. Apparently she is an American journalist and TV presenter doing spoken word shit.
I wonder how they find like these guest musicians.
I know, because like some of them make sense. Like other people who guest on their stuff are people who are normally in the same scene, like dude from Ministry,
Yeah.
The Kidney Thieves lady, people who mostly mess with industrial stuff. But to get the dude from Living Color, that's kind of odd.
Yeah. It's also pretty awesome at the same time too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who would have thought? that somebody from like a totally different genre would play for this specific genre of music.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool. I was not expecting that. Because I was like, who the hell is this Doug? And I'm like, damn, fucking dude from fucking, what's it called? But yeah, this guy's played with Mick Jagger on some shit, and damn, Carly Simon on some shit, Joe Satriani. Fucking, dude's been on a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Annie Lennox.
I think it's pretty cool that Sasha, he's kind of, experimenting more with the dub reggae sound in this album.
Yeah.
So remember I read an interview where he was talking about he's like really into dub reggae music.
Yeah, because you can hear it heavily on early KMFDM albums, and then it just kind of goes away.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he did a whole album. It was UAIOE. That was like pretty hardcore dub music.
Yeah, that one's
like
heavy as hell on the dub stuff.
That was pretty cool. But then after that, you don't really hear it much anymore.
Yeah, that to me was a great callback to an early KMFDM sound on this album.
I don't know. I mean, I like that he's actually bringing it back.
Yeah. But do you have anything else on Hell Yeah?
No.
Cool. So now we're moving on to their newest album, 2019's Paradise, and another awesome Brood album cover. This one is really fucking cool. It just looks like a post-apocalypse, and you've got this Mad Max looking guy holding a child just staring at the new Earth with the sun and the clouds up in there, and just the word paradise right there. Like, it's paradise now because all the assholes are gone.
Yeah. This is also another one of my favorite Brute covers.
Yeah, it's cool.
I get a lot of compliments when I wear that shirt.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then, yeah.
But this album I fucking love Paradise. The hype track on this one, KMF. Holy shit. I remember when you and I were talking about it on the last podcast, and I was like, they need to use rappers a little more because for some reason their music works with somebody rapping over it, like on the UAIOE album, and they never fucking do it. And they finally get some rapper on here. Never fucking heard of the guy, but man, that song kicks ass.
Yeah, when I first heard the opening track, I was like, what the fuck? But then when I saw the rapper's name, I was like, oh, okay. Because I saw them perform live for the first time back in 2017, I believe. I think it was their Hell Yeah tour that I went to go see them. And they needed a opening artist or something for Ogre, and they had this guy, I guess he was working the merch table, and he comes up on stage and he's like singing his stuff, but his music was rap music. Yeah. And I think it just threw everybody off in the crowd because they were just like, they weren't expecting it. I guess they weren't, expecting to hear hip-hop music at a KMFDM concert. Yeah. But I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, apparently his name is Andrew Ocelot Lindsay. Mm-hmm. And I want to know, I've never heard the dude before or after this. So I need to know
what this guy's actual stuff sounds like.
Yeah, I never heard his stuff before either. But he did a really good job on this opening track. It's definitely different, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and it works, man. It works. Like I said, man, I don't want them to have a rapper on their shit all the time, but I wouldn't mind like every couple of albums have some rapper on something, because I'm like, for some reason it just works. Because there's a hip hop style right now that's, you know, like industrial hip hop, where people like horror and what is it? Damn it, clipping. And
oh yeah, no clipping.
Yeah, and then who the hell? Death Grips. Fucking.
Oh yeah, and Death Grips too.
Love the shit out of all those guys, because it's different, man. It's interesting as hell. And I think KMFDM. What I do like about KMFDM is they embrace things. They're not afraid to. They're not afraid to get a rapper on their shit. They're not afraid to do a reggae song. They're not afraid to do a softer track. They embrace what's new and what's happening in the times as far as music goes, and they give it the KMFDM stamp.
Yeah, I think it's important in music, you know, to try different styles, you know. To be doing the same thing all the time, it just gets boring.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's the damn truth. But this is the first time we get Raymond Watts on a track in ages. And man, was it a welcome return, even though he's only singing on one track. But damn it, man, I'd like to hear a little more of him. The newest Pig album, from last year, was really fucking good.
Was that one, Pain is God?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one.
There are so many damn Pig albums. I gotta get the rest of them. I only have a handful.
Yeah, I only got a couple of albums.
But I like Oh My Goth and No Regret. The track Paradise is good. Especially with the extended... Does it have an extended reggae bit? Because I remember when the single dropped, the single and the video damn sure wasn't 8 minutes long.
No. Yeah, the extra is just like... They added some horns to that song, you know, like trumpet and...
Was it? Okay, I'm gonna play it real quick. Yeah. Yeah, real W reggae kind of shit going on at the opening and the end. And then Piggy is cool. WDYWB, I don't know what that stands for, but I like that song a lot.
I figured it out. It's Who Do You Want to Be?
Oh, duh, it's in the damn song. That's the one, that one had, God, man, let me play that real quick. Yeah, that one, man, that one has such Extort era KMFDM vibes to it. It reminds me of a mid-90s KMFDM track.
When I first heard it, I kind of thought of the band Thrill Kill Cult.
Yeah, so fucking damn My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult vibes on it.
Yeah, kind of sounds like something they would do too.
Hell yeah.
And then I found a synthwave version, or like a remix of the song Piggy.
Yeah.
Found it somewhere on Bandcamp. I think it was off KMFDM's Bandcamp. I had to check it out, and it sounds super cool.
And then, now wait a minute. God, man, it's been a minute since I've listened to this one too. Hold on. Yeah, this album, man. This album, what I love about this album is the fact that it kind of messes with KMFDM styles from most of their career. Not one song sounds the same.
Oh yeah, are you talking about Megalo?
Yeah, because damn, Megalo reminds me of Megalo Maniac or whatever from
Oh yeah,
Symbols.
I think it was like I think it was supposed to be like reprisal or something like that. It's kind of what it sounded like to me, or like they were trying to make it sound modern, I guess.
Yeah, kind of like what they did with Rip the System.
Yeah, but when I first heard it, I mean, I wasn't really expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't
I thought it would
expecting.
sound more like. I thought it kind of sound more like, you know, modern electronic music that we hear now. But then, yeah, we just got this.
Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine, he told me that it sounded like another song by a different band. And he showed me the song, and it sounds so similar to this song. So it's kind of like, copyright infringement?
Yeah. Hell no.
But I still like it. So.
Yeah, I like this whole damn album all the way through.
Yeah, I love it too. No regrets. Sasha he uses vocals from Excessive Force.
Yeah, see, I gotta get the Excessive Force albums too.
Yeah, I love the Excessive Force albums. So when he said like finger on the trigger, I was like, oh, Excessive Force.
Yeah, hell yeah. But damn, this album probably has the least Lucia vocals. Because right here, oh well, maybe that's 3 through 7. Okay, never mind. I was thinking it meant 3 and 7. No, this is 3-7.
Oh yeah, she does. She sings "Oh My God." Then Paradise. Who do you want to be? Peggy, and then Disturb the Peace. And then after that, we don't really hear from her anymore.
And Cheryl Wilson is back again on Who Do You Want to Be? But I heard that was a sample from an earlier KMFDM performance of hers.
Oh, really?
That's what some people were saying. But I can't tell. But yeah, there was a lot of hype right when this album was coming out, and to me, it totally matched all the hype.
Oh yeah, it did. It definitely did. And then it ends off with "No God," a dub reggae track.
Yeah, so they messed with the reggae shit a lot more on this one. Which, man, this all the way through was kicking ass.
Yeah, for sure. And then their dog makes an appearance.
Their dog?
The dog, the howls, and oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Cookie.
Their dog.
The dog's name is Cookie.
Cookie.
That is great. But
and
shit.
then,
That Doug Wimbish is back on this album also, on Piggy.
On Piggy.
But hell, do you got anything else to say on Paradise?
I think Paradise is probably like I think Paradise is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Because it brings back, like some old KMFDM collaborators and it brings some new ones too.
Yeah, this whole album feels like a celebration of the KMFDM sound and their different styles throughout their career is showcased all over here. You've got full-on Lucia tracks, you've got Fight the System type tracks, you've got the reggae stuff, you've got the more almost poppy, dancey kind of stuff. Like, it's all over the place. Like, you even get a throwback with a rap guy and the kill motherfucking, the fucking, God, it's so fucking good. It's definitely one of my favorites, especially out of the more recent albums in the past 10 years. It's definitely one that stands out the most, and that's what I like so much about Hell Yeah is Hell Yeah, you kind of feel like it breathed a lot of new life into them, and all of that energy carried over to Paradise. Because I don't want to say from Blitz to Our Time Will Come they were going through the motions, but there definitely wasn't a whole lot of new happening.
Oh yeah, because I mean, it's not like the albums were terrible. I mean, we got a couple favorite songs off each album.
Yeah. But this one definitely, man, all the way through, very memorable. And I killed it. I killed it when it damn came out. I hadn't listened to it in maybe a year or so, but man, did it kick a lot of ass. And I hope that maybe they'll drop a new one this year, because it's been about 2.5 years so far.
Yeah, I heard they were working on some new stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, if anything, they definitely wouldn't have dropped it last year, so it wouldn't coincide with the release of Lucia's new solo album.
Yeah.
Let that shine for a little while before the full group come together and release something.
Yeah, I hope they do more dub reggae stuff.
Yeah. I wonder what. I'd like to know who's collaborating on it. I'd like to know what it's going to sound like. I'd like to see Brute utilize some different colors. Like on this one, the colors work. The colors definitely work. I don't mind the colors on this one.
I mean, we've seen these colors before, but.
So yeah, to me, like they totally work on this with the bleak.
Yeah, they do.
The sort of bleak atmosphere of the world, and these colors worked on other ones too, like on Attack, and all that. But when I start seeing the more poppy, bright colors, I start to really be like, man, that looks so good. And then I'll see another one, I'll be like, damn, man, that's more depressing. But hell.
But damn, it's a pretty fucking awesome album. And then it ends off with No God, and then it goes on to the In Dub album, which is like strictly dub music. And
yeah, I gotta get In Dub. When did that come out? Like last year or the year before?
I think it came out last year.
2020. August 2020.
Oh, that was like 2 years ago.
Almost.
Yeah. Yeah, but I remember I pre-ordered that vinyl and it took quite some time to get that in the mail.
Damn.
Yeah. But I was pretty stoked when I got it in the mail.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, I guess that ends the KMFDM retrospective, and we didn't have any audio problems this time.
Oh, that's great.
And I didn't get stupid drunk wasted. I was fucking stupid at the end of that.
To be honest with you, I didn't know that you got wasted.
Really? Man.
No, I couldn't tell over the call. I thought it was just audio problems.
Yeah, I got stupid wasted. Because I mean, I fair, you know, I don't get stupid wasted too much anymore. But there's a lot of videos that we've done and podcasts where I get stupid wasted by the end. But I can always tell because like I don't fall. I'm not like falling out, but drunk me will not shut up.
No, I get it.
But damn, fucking, we ought to damn think of another podcast to do together. Maybe some more industrial shit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, can maybe do some, I don't know, some 9 Inch Nails stuff or...
Yeah, hell yeah, we can definitely do 9 Inch Nails.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I listen to a lot of 9 Inch Nails and projects, you know, regarding Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
Yeah, like, those two guys together are so damn good. Like, I have never heard anything from Halsey before, and then I saw articles about her new album, and it was produced by Trent and Atticus, and I was like, well, okay, I know of Halsey, but I don't know what music she makes. And so I went and bought it, and man, I love the shit out of that album. Like, as soon as it starts, you hear that piano, and you're like, yeah, that's Trent playing that piano.
Yeah, that's what I thought too when I first heard it.
But I was like, damn, this album is so fucking good.
Yeah, that's like the only reason why I checked it out is because of Trent and Atticus. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know Halsey's music either, but when I listened to it, I thought, I mean, this sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I was digging the hell out of it. A lot of it was reminding me of the God, what's the project he does with his wife?
How to Destroy Angels?
Yeah, How to Destroy Angels. A lot of it was reminding me of that.
Oh, yeah. I love that project, too.
Yeah, I wish they'd do another one.
Yeah, I really like the sound that they created for How to Destroy Angels. It sounds, you know...
Yeah, like, it just... I mean, you could easily just say, it sounds like 9 Inch Nails with a lady singing.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the music has a whole more ambient vibe, and it's harsh in a different kind of way. Which I noticed on the, I call this a Trent Reznor thing anyway, but I noticed on a couple of the songs on that Halsey album, Trent Reznor's got this thing where he'll end the song with music and noise that is just annoying noise, and it gets louder and harsher, and when you're about ready to rip your hair off, it just abruptly cuts off. And I noticed he did that on a couple songs on the Halsey album, but he didn't do it as long like he does on Nails or Angels. And I'm like, maybe he did it, maybe he cut it a little short so it doesn't annoy the mainstream audience.
Maybe.
Because maybe they're not used to his production.
They're not trained like we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like when Trent does that. Like I remember he did that in what was it? Add Violence.
Yeah, the one that has that imperfect loop.
Yeah. The background world, where it's just that over and over, and then just gradually he just adds more noise and distortion and.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's probably like my favorite track off that.
Yeah, damn. And then I'd love a new Nine Inch Nails album sometime soon. Because I love the shit out of that little EP trilogy with Add Violence and, God, what was the one before it? Not the actual events, and then the Witch album, what the hell was that called?
Oh yeah, the Bad Witch.
Yeah, Bad Witch. That's like industrial jazz, man.
Yeah, for real.
Like, there's a lot of David.
That's
That's
something I've definitely never heard before. Industrial and jazz being combined together.
Yeah, that shit had massive David Bowie Black Star vibes to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I didn't listen to Black Star. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to listen to Black Star because it's David Bowie's last album. But
yeah, man, he died like right after that shit came out. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But damn it, if for a final album, that's up there with some of the greatest final albums ever made.
Yeah.
Ooh. But hell, I guess, yeah, we'll do a Nine Inch Nails retrospective next.
Yeah, I guess we should. Should definitely do that.
So I guess we'll go ahead and end this here. Where can we find you on the internet? Your music and all that stuff, if people want to hit you up on Twitter and all that shit?
Well, you can find my music on Spotify now under Nikki Virus.
Awesome.
You can find me on Bandcamp, also under Nikki Virus. I'm on SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those fun social media sites. I'm also on TikTok. I also got one of my songs on there as well. So if you want to use my music for whatever, you have my permission.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I got a new EP coming out. It's been in the works for like 3 years already. So, but it'll get there.
Hell yeah! What's the EP called?
It's called Arise.
Now, I haven't heard a whole lot of your music, but do you sing or do any vocals on this stuff, or is it all instrumental?
It's mainly instrumental. I don't do a whole lot of singing, but if I do, it's not really singing. I'm mostly like narrating or talking. And I just add some, cool sound effects over it just to kind of, so it works with the song.
Yeah.
That's sort of my thing to do.
That's awesome.
But if I feel like I really need someone to sing over it, I'll find somebody to sing over it.
Yeah. Yeah, we should definitely collaborate on a song or two sometime.
Yeah, we should. I love collaborating with other musicians.
Yeah, so like if you need vocals or guitar, bass or some shit, just hit me up.
I will definitely do that.
And you guys can find our shit on Instagram, and we're on TikTok now. I made a Bloody Chuckle Studios TikTok, but I haven't put anything on it. But you can find our music on SoundCloud under Bloody Chuckle Studios, and we are on Spotify as well under Sticky Middle Finger and Monster and the Family. And I just finished my new solo album, and it's dropping on the 21st on Spotify. And me and my brother are almost finished with the new Sticky Middle Finger album, and we just have a couple more things to record for that, and it'll be finished. Don't have a release date yet, but check all that shit out. We're on Facebook as well. Hit up our Speaker Brains podcast group on Facebook. Everybody posts music memes and music news and stuff, and the only rule is don't be a dick, and and just have fun with it.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, just don't be a dick. I mean, I've seen some people on there with strong opinions, but like nobody calls each other names and stuff. Like, yeah, have strong opinions. Fight over a song or an opinion you feel is right. You know, it's totally cool, but don't call anybody any names. Don't report anything just to be an asshole. And so far, everybody's pretty good on there.
That's good. That's good to hear, because I know a lot of people these days, they can be quite keyboard warriors.
Yeah, hell yeah. But but we will see you guys on the next video.